football coach, the head man at Notre Dame, still thinking national championship. And this game could be the biggest step of the season for the Fighting Irish. The Bear, Paul Bryant, Alabama's legend, 304 wins in his career. But his teams have never beaten Notre Dame, and today may be his last chance. The Crimson Tide of Alabama, ranked 5th in the nation with a record of 8-1, against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, ranked 6th in the nation, 7-0-1. It's the kind of a game that makes every football season special. And hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson with Coach Frank Broyles, and we're delighted to be here for this ball game. And I want to start out, Frank, by saying that last week Paul Bryant said, "I don't want it on my epitaph that he never beat Notre Dame."
Well, you can make no mistake about it. Bear Bryant wants this game, and he wants it very desperately. You can look for him to pull out all stops. The guy has a mystic quality about him. He can do things in a ball game that no other coach can do. And you can expect some unusual, spectacular type of play that will give his team a boost and probably upset the other teams. And Dan Devine has been worried about this all week.
These are two powerful defensive football teams. If they have a weakness, it would rest on the offensive side.
Alabama's offense has not been as successful as in years past because the offensive line is inexperienced, and as you said, the quarterback have not executed, but they still are run-oriented. Something different than what we've seen in past weeks, a lot of passing, and they follow the principle that if you run consistently, you can win consistently, and I want to illustrate with these comparisons. Rushing, Alabama is 3rd, and Notre Dame is 12th. And they believe, and coaches believe, if you can run successfully, you can then defend against the run successfully because you work against each other. And you can see that Notre Dame is 5th against the run and Alabama's 12th. And finally, to put it all together in a sequence of events, you prevent scoring, which is the name of the game. And Alabama is 2nd, and Notre Dame is 5th. And so we've got two teams that believe in this principle of running the football.
The possibility exists, very obvious possibility, that it's going to get wet before this day is over. It's been raining off and on. Dry right now, but there's a big storm sitting right over the hill.
Well, a wet field heavily favors the team in the high formation, which is Notre Dame, because they have safe, secure handoffs. The wishbone, as we said early, operates up and down the line of scrimmage, dangerous pitch outs, and if the ball is, boys, damp, you can get a bad pitch and a fumble, and that could be the difference in the ball game.
No shortage of emotion for this one.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Just the sound of the crowd. Every time somebody moves down on that football field, it seems time offensively today with Jeremiah Castile dropping back along with Darrell White and Major Ogilvie. Castile, number 19, the man they want to return the kickoff from Mike Johnson, a sophomore for the Fighting Irish out of Rochester, New York. Game number 4 between these two great universities, ready to go. The referee is Pete Williams. Johnson hammers it. It's Castile at the 1. 3 blockers in front. Found a little crack across the 20, out to about the 23 before he is brought down. As the Fighting Irish line up with a 5-man defensive front, now they slip Durison up there to make it a 6-man front. And they break the bone by sending Jones in motion, and Jacobs on the sore leg gives to Ogilvie. Ogilvie is caught by number 70, Scott Zedek, the defensive end. In that particular defensive alignment, he was lined up almost as a tackle, and he has got to be a big man in the Notre Dame defensive unit today.
Zedek, number 70, has 15 plays for losses. You can see that he read the play very smartly, jumped over a would-be blocker by Jackson, and made the tackle on Ogilvie for a loss. A big starting play for Notre Dame.
It is 3rd down, and it is about 5 for Alabama. The ball just short of the 38, and it goes to Ogilvie, and Ogilvie is caught by Zedek again and dropped right about the line of scrimmage. So Scott Zedek playing the contained position as a defensive end, but in the alignment Notre Dame is showing him here, he's almost a stand-up tackle position, and nobody messed with him that time. He just went in and got his man.
Excellent play. One thing that Alabama will do is run the draw play on 3rd down, and he was ready for it.
The punt is away by Alabama's Humphrey, and it is accepted by Dave Durison, and Durison is gang tackled back at the Fighting Irish 38. It was a 34-yard punt. And about a 1 yard, 300 yards tackle to tackle against the Tide. First down for the Irish from the 45. They give it off to the fullback, and Pete Buchanan in relief of Sweeney. Gets pretty good gain out of it, about 5. As long as you're going to pick up 5 yards on that first carry, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
In the I formation, it's difficult to get outside, Keith, since you don't run an option play. Most of their plays will either be inside or start outside and cut right back.
Very, very good defensive teams having at it here. Third down and 5. They break the bone again. Send Ogilvie in motion. Jacobs on a roll. He loops it out, trying to set up a screen out here for Jones. Ogilvie got his block, but they needed more than one man out in front, and Jones just dropped short of the first down. The man, Crable.
Bob Crable is the middle linebacker. He's the leading tackler. He's one of the outstanding football players in America. Good range, good awareness, the instincts that you have to have. You can see him covering Jones, number 24, the halfback, on a flat pass. That's the kind of range that he's fast approaching the all-time record for freshman rushing.
Third down and 3. They give it to Carter. Carter's got a first down, and the young man from Tacoma, Washington, runs it down to the Alabama 41. First down for Notre Dame. Ball is back now at the 45, where it is third down. They've got to go to the Alabama 32 to get a first down out of the shotgun field. Looks to throw it, can't get it off. Number 51 comes banging in to make the play. Gary Dillon. Mark Nix is in at right halfback out of the wishbone. Fullback. Fullback is in the open. Billy Jackson. He's got another Alabama first down up at the 48-yard line. Brought down by Dave Jurison, number 20. Second game will be a full national telecast. Ohio State, Michigan, of course, for the Big Ten championship. You look at Phil Carter as he just booms through there, and he gets a first down for the Irish up to the 41. He's carried 9 times now in the ball game already, and he's picked up 29 yards. And all of it's been pretty much in the middle. He did go outside one time. And time has expired in the first quarter of play here in Birmingham. No score between the Tide and the Irish. Third and 5. Heel looks. He's got Holohan. He hits him. And Holohan is out of bounds at the Alabama 29. And now the Irish have an impressive drive working for them.
That was perfect execution by Keel. He faked to Carter, and the Alabama defense moved in to play Carter, and then the receiver jumped right out in the flat for the wide open. Alabama has such. Here's Harry Oliver, who's 16 out of 20 in field goals. His longest is 51.
He's been a very prominent part of the success of Notre Dame, I'll tell you.
Good percentages.
Third and 6. Keel on a roll. Getting some pressure. Down he goes. Big play. Takes Oliver out of field goal range. Jared De Niro and Tommy Wilcox. De Niro 51. Loss of 15 yards. Here's Keel to punt. Tries to hang it up, knuckleballs it down toward the corner, and it's out of bounds. Bushler came down trying to accept it and didn't quite hold on to it. But once again, Alabama has terrible field position. That was a 33-yard punt, but don't be fooled by those numbers. It was very... Dan Devine's comment, Frank, before the game was that his defensive secondary people are going to have to play a prominent role in this ball game.
Against the wishbone, they must be making the tackles on the outside because they're using everybody inside to stop the fullback dive play.
Third down, long 3. Ball's loose. Irish have it. John Hankard, bottom of the stack, comes out with a football. And Alabama makes the mistake. That's why coaches worry, fuss, and fret over field position.
Alabama has had 34 fumbles this year. Let's watch it again and see if we can tell what happened. It's an inside wide series. Jacobs missed. Actually, he just bumped into the right halfback, Nix, number 48, and they dropped the ball on the exchange. Let's see it again. You can see he's going to fake to the fullback, and he's made a bad exchange to the halfback.
And here's Notre Dame with a golden opportunity from the Alabama 13. First down for the Irish. Breathe in the eye. And it's Carter. And Carter goes to the 10 for about 3. Well, they are about to be tested on 2nd down and 8. Short 8. Carter backs his way inside the 5 to the 4. He's a yard away from the first down. Carter, the deep man out of the eye. Fumble! Alabama's claiming it. Alabama man comes out with it. Alabama's got the football. Pete Williams, the referee, pointing upfield, and Warren Riles is carrying the ball, and Notre Dame wastes a glorious opportunity to score. Position. 2nd down and 8. Fumble! Notre Dame's got it back. Scott Zedek on the loose football. Alabama mishandles the ball.
Keith, I cannot believe it. The quarterback, Don Jacobs, is riding and reading the defensive tackle. Watch his head. Watch his head. Look at the defensive tackle. Now when he turns back to try to find Jones, the halfback, the ball is laying on the ground for Notre Dame recovery. Let's watch Scott Zedek coming from the weak side. Once he sees the ball, he has a clear sailing to recover it. Notre Dame break and another scoring opportunity.
1st and goal to go. The ball at the 4. Carter over the top to the 2 with 6:15 to go in the first half. Carter. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Bill Carter, the Irish big offensive line, blocked down, and he flew.
He got a good standoff with the defensive lineman, allowing Carter to go over the top, really untouched, where the linebackers are usually there to meet him. The Alabama linebackers were absent on that play.
Condini holds, and the kick by Oliver. And Harry drills it. And 6:02 to go in the first half of play. They swap mistakes. Notre Dame cashes it in and leads 7-0. Once again, the flight of Phil Carter.
This is a perfect illustration of how to score from the 2-yard line. Good offensive blocking. Look at the offensive linemen. They have surged forward, and then Carter dives over from the touchdown. That might make the Olympics. Super play by Phil Carter. 3rd TD rushing this year.
3rd down. Alabama needs 2 yards. 2 and maybe a half. Outside, good pitch for the freshman. He's got Joe Jones out there loose on the sidelines, and an Alabama first down. Run out of bounds at the 39 by John Krim. 15-yard pickup.
What a perfect execution on the triple option. Down the line, unbalanced line. He'll take the fullback. The guard's going to pull. Now when 23 Dorson comes to make the play, he lays it out to Jones with a good touch, and Jones going to pick up 82, marks the blocker, but finally Krim brings it down. No, Torrin brings it down. I'm sorry.
And it's at the 39-yard line for a first down. So having put the freshman in the ball game, he's responded nobly. He's back to throw it. He throws deep downfield. It is incomplete, intended for Bart Kraut, the tight end, and he was wide open. Jesse Bendross was wide open. He had his choice of receivers, and he just threw it a little too long for Kraut.
This is the fake of the wishbone. The tight end runs right by the safety man. Gibbons, number 27, over to the right, and the strong safety, number 23, Durson, was trailing very badly. If the pass had been accurate, it would have been a touchdown.
Yes, sir. Notre Dame. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. And Walter Lewis back to throw. John Hankert's after him, misses him. Lewis is loose. He can fly. He needs to get out of bounds, and he does. The time has run out. The half is over. So Walter Lewis, a scrambling freshman, brings some offensive excitement finally to the Alabama attack as Paul Bryant heads for the clubhouse to have a visit with his football team. They trail in the ball game by a score of 7-0. Local stations.
With Bear Bryant before the second half kickoff, Coach, what can we look forward to here from the Tide?
Well, I don't know, Bill. I think our defense has played very well. We just gave them too much. If the defense can get the offense the ball enough, we might could win the game.
Coach, and he is going with Walter Lewis to start the second half, Keith.
Not surprising at all, because the youngster really showed a lot of poise and a lot of speed. It is 3rd and 4 for the Tide from their 32. Lewis going to throw it. Throws it short. Jones got it. Jones got the first down and then some. There's a new wrinkle. Hadn't seen that one out of
left tackle area.
They stick it in the end zone here, Frank. You've got a different ball game, don't you?
Yes, you do. And this young man, Lewis, is exciting. Freshman quarterback.
Trout flexes out. Marks is in at a wide receiver. Here's the option with Jones carrying. Gets a block from Major Ogilvy. Dives it across the 45 of Notre Dame. Down inside the 44. It's going to be a first down. Second down, 7. Charlie Williams, the fullback. Alabama first down at the Irish 27. He just stomped on people that time.
He's going to break the tackle. The fullbacks, they don't look for daylight. They make their own daylight. You're going to see Grable, number 43, misses him. Grable was in position, but Williams just cuts right back and makes a 10-yard gain.
It's first down, Alabama. The ball is at the Notre Dame 27. Irish leading 7-0, and Lewis was just smothered by Stacy Torin before he had a chance to deliver the pitch out. Now, you realize what could have happened there? If he had released the ball, he'd have given it to Torin.
Watch on the right of your screen. It's a cornerback fire, which is something you try to confuse an inexperienced quarterback. And look at Lewis, Keith. Did you see him hold the ball and bring it back with one hand? I'd like to see the right now.
Here is a 37-yard attempt from Peter Kim, young man born in Korea. Came here from Hawaii. From this distance, he is 5 for 5. He missed it to the right. So Kim misses from 37 yards. And it's 7:43 to go in the third quarter. Notre Dame still leads 7-0. But he's 7.
That's John Morrow, number 84 from South Bend, Indiana. 2 blocks from the Notre Dame campus. Came all the way down to play for Alabama. Bear Bryant can recruit them from anywhere.
It is 4th down and 2 for Alabama. Woody Humphrey is in, the punter, standing back at midfield. Notre Dame doesn't really believe him. He comes up now, goes into the quarterback position. Notre Dame's got a 6-man front. They pitch the ball to Joe Jones. Got to have 2 yards, won't get it. Grable made the play for the Irish. Notre Dame takes over the ball. Alabama gambles, and it blows up in their face.
Alabama defense is going to be tested right here. The break that gave Notre Dame a first down after having 1st and 25 can be demoralized. Here are the third quarter statistics, and you can see the big thing about the ball game. Yards passing, 32 for Notre Dame, 15 for Alabama. Defenses are dominating.
2nd down and 5 for the Irish. Quarterback draw with Keel. And he's down to the 41, and that'll be another Notre Dame first down. That little play has worked for them very well today. It's 3rd and goal to go from the 2. Into the stack goes the tailback, and maybe the 1. Maybe the 1.
Alabama, I think, over the years has played the best goal line defense of any team in America. Keith, we saw it in the Sugar Bowl game against Penn State. Won the ball game for them. Now they're going to try a field goal with Harry Oliver.
Condini puts it down. Blocked! E.J. Jr. blocked it.
Watch E.J. Jr. coming from the right side. He broke inside of the up back, and he gets his left hand on the ball and blocks it. What an effort by the senior two-time All-Southeastern Conference defensive end.
4th down and 2 from the 38. Ball is loose. They fumble the snap. And the Irish take over at the Alabama 38, and Paul William Bryant has never defeated a Notre Dame football team while at Alabama. Pat Kramer came up with that loose football, but it was 4th down. It's academic. The Irish, with 6 seconds to play in the game, lead the Crimson Tide 7-0, and every indication is that it is now Notre Dame headed for the Sugar Bowl to play undefeated Georgia. Georgia with Georgia Tech remaining to play. Alabama has a game with Auburn remaining. Notre Dame's got to play the Air Force, and they must play USC in Los Angeles on December 6th. And that will be the finale to our presentation of college football at the end of the season. We'll run down all the bowl situations for you just as soon as we have time to do it, put it together. Bill Fleming has been working on it all day. The ball game is over, and for a 4th successive time, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have defeated the Crimson Tide of Alabama, and Dan Devine, who's closing out his collegiate coaching career apparently, is riding off the field on the shoulders of his victorious Irish players.
And he deserves to have the ride. There's a great victory for the Notre Dame football team. Defense dominated, stopped Alabama, but in defense of Alabama, they had a lot of injuries on offense at quarterback and at fullback. They were playing with 3 freshmen most of the second half in the secondary, but it was a typical college football game where both teams had outstanding defenses, a good kicking game, and very little passing.
So it's an exultant, though small, group of Notre Dame faithful, probably 5, maybe 7,000 of them here. Dan Devine walking there with Roger Baldessari off the field with one of the biggest wins in his coaching career. He came to the Bears' lair, and he beat him 7-0.